I've got to admit to you that this is probably my most hot button of my 8 reasons why I can't homeschool. Um, when I hear that I can't homeschool because I want my kids to have friends or I want them to be socialized, can I just tell you, yeah, seriously, this gets me kind of worked up. So I'm going to try to just stay calm. I'll just share with you from my heart where I'm at. I went to the public school, kindergarten through 12th grade. I was identified as academically gifted right from the very beginning. And when I was in 4th grade, I took the Iowa Test of Basic Skills and scored all 99s, meaning, top score on all of the sections. And they decided, in accordance with my parents, that I was promoted in the middle of 4th grade from 4th grade to 5th grade. So I had one semester as a 4th grader and one semester as a 5th grader. And I'm sure that all of those wonderful, well-socialized, kind kids just welcomed me with open arms. And unfortunately, that is not what happened, because children are sinners and parents are sinners and people do things that they shouldn't do and are mean to other kids. And my 4th grade friends rejected me, and the 5th graders wanted nothing to do with me. It was very painful. And frankly, it kind of set me up for many years of being a social outcast. And then when I was in 8th grade, I started going to a magnet school for gifted students. And this really transformed me, and it really, really helped me. But in the process, I became the bully. I became the mean one. I became the one that made fun of the other kids and was hurtful. So I have been on both sides of the social experiment of public school. I've been bullied and I've been a bully. And I'm telling you that public schools, when they talk about socialization, a lot of it really it's just group speak. It is teaching your child to fit in, teaching your child to toe the line and to act like everybody else. And if your child isn't doing that well, then it's hard. It's a hard place to be. If your child struggles with anxiety, if your child struggles with depression, if your child is prideful and makes fun of other kids, or if your child is too little or too smart or not smart enough, or if they stutter, if English isn't their first language or whatever, it is really, really, really hard for a lot of kids to fit into the public school. So I'm telling you, anyone that tells me that they don't want to homeschool because they want their child to have friends and to be socialized, I just think, well, then you ought to homeschool them. I think that my children have better friends because they're homeschooled than they would have had if they were in the public school. I'm sorry, it's a hot button issue for me. Not all public school kids are friendly, kind, and outgoing, and not all homeschoolers are awkward, withdrawn loners. But there are awkward, withdrawn loners in the public schools, and there are friendly, kind, outgoing homeschooled students. Frankly, a lot of homeschoolers that I know interact better with adults than public school kids do. And in the real world, when your child graduates from high school, do you know that my homeschooled children can interact with their boss and with adults and with kids younger than them better than most of the public school kids that I know? I'm just, these are generalizations. I'm not telling you that there aren't fantastic public school kids. And honestly, a lot of it is Christ in them. There are a lot of public school kids that know Jesus and are being raised by parents that love them and that love the word and are praying for them. And they are super successful in the public school setting. If that's your case, they'll be super successful in the homeschool setting too. My children generally found their friends in their interest groups, whether that was sports, or whether it was church, or whether it's gymnastics or speech and debate, or whatever it is that your child is into. That is a good place to find friends. Or doing a homeschool tutorial with a mom or two, or I didn't mean a tutorial, doing a homeschool co-op with a mom or two, or joining a local homeschooling group. These are great ways where you can find friends. And let me also encourage you, sometimes parents feel like they want their kids to be friends with everybody. They want their kids to have 25 friends. And frankly, I, as an adult, don't have like 25 good friends. Like, I have a couple good friends that I call on the phone, friends that I do things with, my husband and a couple friends and my sister. That's who I like do things with. Also, homeschooling really gives a child an opportunity to have mentoring relationships with people other than their own parents. I am very, 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 very thankful for adult women that have poured into my children. From the age 5 to the age 24, I have other adults who have helped mentor and train and disciple my kids. And my kids have relationships with people that are adults, not just people that are kids. And that is another blessing of homeschooling. That's the real world. The real world is not that I'm 47, so I only have 47-year-old friends. I have friends in their 30s. I have friends in their 50s and 60s. This is the real world, and homeschooling helps equip children for that. So if your concern in homeschooling is that your child will not have friends or be socialized, let me just encourage you, don't worry about that one anymore, okay? Really. They can find a friend, and it's okay to just have one friend. Thanks, y'all. Bye. Stay tuned for number 8. I can't homeschool because my child is blank. An only child, 1 of 7, gifted, learning disabled, autistic, hearing impaired, visually impaired, really, really challenging. Bye.